Welcome to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Linden Houston. In today's video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to cook a Thai dish, and it's going to be red Thai curry chicken. Once it comes in, ladies and gentlemen, please do thumbs up the live. Feel free to like, share, do subscribe. So once it comes in, just please thumbs up the live. Show your support. So what I'm going to do now, I have a chicken here. So I'm going to I need the breast of this chicken. So I'm just removing the breast of this. You can use the dark meat, but that's what I prefer to use. So the rest I'll sort that out. So what I'm going to do with this here, so I'm just removing the skin of this. All that is personal preference. So I want these into bite size. So you don't want to cut these big. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that's my chicken breast cut up. So this I'm going to set it aside. What I'm going to do, just give this knife a wash. I like to have more than one knife ready. So I like to get my knife cleaned up and thing. Okay. So you have the chicken breast here. That's there ready. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to pour a little bit of soy over this. And I'm going to put some of the Thai paste over it. So this is another way you can do this. So I'm just getting some seasoning on this. So I'm going to set this aside. I'll probably add some more seasoning to this. So I'm just going to do it in a different way. Okay. I have some rice which washed and dry. So I'm going to show you how you can do your rice. So with the rice, I'm going to put this. So rule of thumb, if you put one of this, you need to put two of this with water. If you need a little bit of, flavor in it, you can go ahead and do so. The rice, I'm just going to put a little bit of vinegar in the rice. You can use oil or butter in this. That's all personal preference. So we're going to start our rice off because I want to get that going. Bit of salt. Now, if you want your rice a little bit fluffy, I have a bit of butter I did have here. Where do I put it? Pardon me. I have a bit of butter, which I'll save back. It's just to keep this nice and fluffy. Normally, the original recipe, it doesn't have butter in it. I'm going to pop a lid on this. But before I start cooking, I would put this over here and I start prep my veg that you see exactly what's going on. So for my veg, I need this. Normally I would use baby corn. I don't have any baby corn. So for the veg, this is what I'm going to do for the veg. I have some corn here, so I need to utilize it. So I'll probably use this knife. This knife is a bit sharper. I'm going to add corn in this, just utilize these corn. Because nowadays you can't really waste anything. I have some onion here already prepped, was in the fridge, so I need to use those up. Normally I would cut these dice, but I will cut it in slices. Peppers, just using up what I have. So the peppers, you want them in about medium size dice. And definitely you need some red pepper also. So if you notice, I'm not cutting the peppers too small. I have a little bit of chili just in case if I need it. And these, I'm going to cut these because what I'm going to do with these cherry tomato is when they finish, like when I finish, I'll just add these, just give it a nice finish. So I won't cook that right out in it. So I'm just going to put these inside here for the time being. I have some leeks here with a wash, and I'm just going to cut a bit like this. And what basically I need the leeks for is a bit of garnish. So I'm going to put them in some water over here, and then I'm going to cut them this way. So I'm keeping those leeks in water at the moment. And these I'm going to put them in the fridge. I mean, rather freezer. I'm just going to put them in the freezer. So our rice, I'm just going to give the rice a bit of turn. And we're going to taste our rice. So I need a little bit more salt in the rice. So that should be enough. So we're going to start cook our Thai chicken curry now. So I have some coconut milk in here, which is a must. You know, I see people like cooking Thai red curry, and I'm not saying you can't cook it like that, but if you want to cook it properly, you know, I learned this tactics from a Thai chef. I'm not going to call his name, but I learned this from him, you know. Maybe I might make a mistake and call his name, but I used to work at a restaurant that do a lot of Thai food. So I was watching very carefully. So with the Thai paste, I'm going to put it in here. Sometimes you need more. Sometimes probably this is enough for everything what I'm going to do. So just watch carefully what I'm going to do. This is soy. So the Thai paste, the coconut, watch this. So when you're cooking Thai food, you don't need to saute off anything like this curry. You don't need to saute off it, especially the meat. Do not saute off the meat, because you know when you saute it off, the meat become a little bit hard rather than you put it in the liquid. But you'll see what I mean. You notice in here I have some brown sugar, molasses sugar, so a bit of sugar for the time being. We're gonna go in. Just watch what I'm doing. As I said, you don't need to saute off nothing at all. Just watch carefully. These are the veg. I'm just going to put them in. So I'm going to turn the gas on to this now. It's very important. So if you need more coconut in it, that's fine. I'm going to add some water to that. Once it comes in, ladies and gentlemen, please do thumbs up the live. I'm making Thai chicken curry. Step in. How are you doing? You all right? So this is the rice. I'm going to turn on the rice. I want the rice to steam. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. As I said, I see people cooking like Thai curry chicken, and they saute it off. But, you know, I used to work at a restaurant where I'm telling you, they try to take, they do both, you know, British food, but they have a, you know, as I said, I don't want to call it a name. They have a Thai chef there. And the way this Thai chef execute the Thai dish, especially the curry, they want to take the curry off the menu, and they couldn't take the curry off the menu because customer was just literally crying. Even Sunday, you know, here Sunday, they like to do roast and stuff like that. Even Sunday, people want to put the roast on the menu. If you notice the color, I will need some more water to this, but I want to bring this to a boil. So at the moment, I'm just working on my flavor. So this is my twist. I'm just adding a bit of seasoning to this. You don't have to. Normally, this wouldn't be in the recipe. This is just some seasoning. They just use like the paste and the salt and stuff. But I like to put my twist and things, you know. So what I'm doing, make sure you catch your flavor in this first. Very important. So that coming on, need a little bit more salt. Very important. Catch your flavor from early. As I said, I probably need all of this space because this is probably for about 700-800 ml. So make sure you catch your, this is important. Catch this first, work on this first. Now, they would use baby corn. Don't have any baby corn. So if you notice, reason why I'm putting in this now, this take a little bit longer to cook. So I'm putting in my corn. I'm going to give it another taste because I want my flavor to be lovely. It's not bad. Just putting a little bit of sugar in there. Okay, now the chicken, you add chicken to you notice I put a bit of marinade on this. Add your chicken now to your liquid. And you spread it out. So the sauce is a bit thick now. So what I'm going to do, let it boil up a bit, and then I'm going to add some water to it. Very important. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add this just to blend in the flavor. My peppers. We're going to cover this and let it cook. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Thai food is lovely. If you cook it right, it's lovely. You know, it's very nice food. I love Thai food at times. I love to cook it for myself also. I'm just gonna give this a wash, and then what I'm gonna show you what you can make for dessert. Show you a very simple dessert, and it's gonna be like easy pancake. Need my measuring cup. So with this, we're gonna make a simple pancake to go with this, like for your desserts. So an easy way to make a pancake is like, you know, I'm gonna measure this. So you see exactly what's going on. So I'm using 2 of that. So 1, 2. So we're using 2 of that. And that's gonna be for your dessert to eat with your Thai food. Thank you very much. Thank you. And to puff things up with the pancake, now you can add whatever you want to add in that. Just getting some. I'm just making a basic pancake. It's not much in this, so just using 2 tablespoons, 2 of the teaspoon of baking powder. So I have some brown sugar here. And I'm going to put a little bit of salt in this just for contrast. So in this bag I have some lovely molasses sugar. So I'm just putting like literally two teaspoons of that. So we're gonna check our curry, see how I'm doing. So far, that's a lovely color on it. Look at that. So basically what I'm waiting for on this is just the chicken to cook, and then I have a final ingredients, and then if it need more flavor, you need to adjust your flavor. If you would in a restaurant, you wouldn't taste with your hand, but because I'm at home, you know, I do so. So normally you would put a bit of salt for this, but I have some just some chicken flavor. You don't have, this is optional, you don't have to use it. You don't have to use this in yours. But when you put the chicken in this like this, what happens is the meat, when you're eating it, the meat become softer. So we're gonna let him cook. And if you notice the rice, as I showed you earlier to do the rice, see that? But at times I like my rice nice and fluffy, but this look lovely. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna add just a little bit of water to this, and then I'm going to turn it off. So just a little bit of water, then the rice is off. Now for your pancake, easy pancake, I'm going to show you how to make. I've just shown you how to add the ingredients. So what I don't need here, I just get rid of them. So in this, I'm going to use 1 egg in this, and you will need a whisk. So I'm going to get a medium size balloon whisk. I took the wrong whisk. You know, I have everything special in this house. Where is it? Okay, that's in a cake there. Because I was making a ginger cake and I stopped. So this is what you can do. You know, this is like the dessert. If you want to make it treat yourself, you know, you're at home and you want to treat yourself. All right, so with this, I'm going to go in 1 egg in that. So it's an easy way you can make your pancake without struggle. If you notice, I put 2 of this with flour. So it depends on how thick you want your pancake. Normally, you would add 2 of this also. But depends on how thick you want it. Okay. So I'm going to add half more, but it depends. The right ratio would be 2 of that. 2 flour and 2 of that. So I put half. So I'm just going to stir this around just to combine it, because if you start whisk it too fast, what's going to happen is just going to splash out. So just take your time. So no rush. So it depends on how thick you want yours. So for me, that's okay. But normally, if you don't want it too thick, you add the other half of the milk. I'm going to go in with some vanilla in this. It's about 2 teaspoons vanilla in that. So I think the chicken cooked. So the final ingredients I need to add for the curry is some coriander. So when you're doing a dish like this, always add the coriander at last. Don't put it in, and you'll notice the difference. So now I'm going to try. What I'm checking is a flavor in this. I'm 100% the chicken cook. without, I've been cooking quite a while, so I know when chicken cook. See that? So basically, I'm just trying the flavor. So that's lovely. Next thing I'm gonna do, have some onion, the rest of onion. Just put that in. So now you have the coriander. That's what you do. You're cooking Thai food. If you don't have coriander, don't start it. Just leave it. It doesn't even make any sense. So for this, I can turn this off. And I'm going to portion this out and show you, how I plate my food. So now it's presentation time. So you can either have it in a bowl like this. Sure, you guys, I hope you can see inside the bowl here. I'm just going to get a little bit of butter. Probably need that. And with the rice, just going to show you how we execute this thing. So we're going to deal with this on a world-class Olympic level. So you see this? You can either put it in the middle or you can put it offside like this, yeah? So I'm just gonna get my curry inside there. Make sure you get some meat in, a bit of corn. You don't need to full it up, just make it nice and presentable. And you see these, as I said, I have some peppers, some tomato here. You just stick some of them around. The rest I can just put it in there. That's just for garnish. And the next thing, we're gonna take that off. I'm gonna get the garnish, which I have here in the fridge. And I'm just gonna remove the cup. After you remove the cup, that's what you leave with. So these are some leeks, some leeks. You just stick some up on the side here. Don't overdo it. So a little bit of leeks. And then if you have some fresh coriander, I have some parsley here in the fridge. So a bit of fresh parsley. You just use a bit of fresh parsley and just set him offside like this. Look at that. So you can see the lovely, let me move this out of the way. So that's what it looked like. That's a finished product. Definitely I need a nice picture of this. So you take one that way, and you take one this way. You need probably about 4 of this picture. Different angles. So look at that. Different angles. So that's how I deal with the situation, you know. You know, when I'm sorting out things, I'm sorting out things properly. Next thing I'm gonna show you now, you know, just in case, you know, if you feel for a little bit of dessert, I can either use this, but I rather use that. Yeah, so we're gonna make some quick pancake here. With this pancake, you can have whatever you want to have with it. I'm looking for my scoop. It's okay. So that's my scoop here. Like ready. So I don't need this, so I'll put it back in the bottle. So with this, I'll put a little bit of oil in that. And sometimes you can put a little bit of butter in it. But just be careful, because the butter, once it reaches over 200 degrees, the butter is going to burn. So I'm looking for my favorite spatula, which is this. So once it comes in, ladies and gentlemen, please do thumbs up the live and feel free to subscribe. So this is the pancake, which I'll tell you, you can make. So I said I don't want them you can make them thicker if you want, or thinner. All that is personal preference. But for me, I don't want them any thicker than this. So there's different things, as I said, you can add to this. You can make yourself some stew fruits. All of that is personal preference. I need a bigger one for this. Where is it? So sometimes you can just put this over it. Normally when you put them in, and don't quick to turn them, just leave them until, have you seen the bubbles there? Just let the bubbles come up and thing. Just take your time. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what would you eat with this pancake. As I said, sometimes you can make some blueberry. I think I did have some frozen berries. I like to deal with things proper. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I'll show you what you can do if you have some frozen berries. A little bit of frozen berries. It's like mixed berries there. So these now, they are ready. So I'm just gonna take them up, put them here. So that's the size I want them. As I said, sometimes I don't mind them when they're a little bit thicker, but sometimes they fully up too much. So I just add a little bit of butter to this. So I just put like 3 in this pan. So we just leave it, let them, puffed up properly. I'm gonna set my rice aside. Over here, I'm gonna work on show you what I can do with this, because this is very sour. When I mean sour, you will need a little bit of sugar to break the acidity in it. Cinnamon, we put in some cinnamon in that. And with this, I'm gonna add some maple syrup in that. You can have maple syrup, or you can add put some honey in it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Some maple syrup in that, and what that do, it just cut the sharpness in it. Thank you very much. Thank you for your lovely comment. So sometimes I like the pancake. This is like an American pancake style. I have a recipe on my channel which I make like crepes. Lovely recipe for crepes. So if you need a crepes recipe, it's there also. Thing is, when you make them so thin like this, not really extra thin, it's a little bit easier to eat. You know what I mean? And then you add the butter to it. The butter give it that little bit of flavor, extra flavor. So we're gonna get a spoon. Need a larger spoon. I don't want to use this one. Don't want to use that one. Okay. Thing is hot. So this, about a minute on this, and this should be ready. Remember to give it a taste because it's very hot anyway. Still a little bit sharp. But I'll just add some honey to that. Just replying to this message. So this now, I can turn that off. So I don't need to worry about that. See how nice, how lovely these are. And you see, notice the color on them. Nice, lovely color. Yeah, thank you all for your, thank you for your support and your positivity. When I finish this, I still have something else to do. I have I start in this pot my ginger cake. It's my ginger cake. I start off in this, so I will finish it probably soon. So this, I don't need this. Definitely I'm gonna have some of this with probably 2-3 pancake. So when you put a lid over this, it helps it in that way. You seen that? Look at that. So what you need when you're making pancakes like this, just look for that bubble before you rush to turn them. And the thing is, if you rush to turn them, everything just gonna splash out. Don't need this. So I'm just putting back up the season. Still have some stuff to do because the rest of chicken I cut made the thigh. I will be using that to make another dish. You know, one of my favorite dish, but I'm not going to go live on it. I'm just going to make a video instead of a live on that one. Yeah, so the easiest way to make the pancake is if you don't have any recipe, is the way how I just showed how to make it. Very easy in that way. It's like effortless. Look at that. So you see just out of the 2 cups there, how much pancake I get out of that already. And if you notice, I don't put a lot of oil in it, just to grease the bottom of the pan. I'm just going to put this back on it. You know, I need to weigh out some flour. Where's my scale? Because I need to finish this this ginger cake. Okay, so I'm just gonna have some flour left in the bag here, so I'll try to pour it out in it. Sorry about the noise. I need to utilize this flour in this bag. Very important to utilize that. So let me see how this look. So you see this statics, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you put something over it, so it helps it to cook faster and the bubbles. So if you notice, I've seen people make pancake and they turn in the pancake how many times. If you notice, I've only turned this one time. That's it. You know, just one time I flip it. So I'll leave that a little bit there. This is a flour. I'm sieving some flour. But because I did have flour in this container already. Welcome, cooking for beginners. Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'll clean that up in a bit. I need 60. Need a little bit more. Need a little bit more in this. But I like to sieve my flour. When you sieve your flour, things become lighter. The texture is better. Now I need to clean up my mess there. Okay, so these pancakes, they're good to go. When I'm cooking, ladies and gentlemen, I don't like to rush. And when you're cooking, if I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna rush, I'd leave it. So I don't want to do it. So with this, for the time being, I'm finished with that scale. So last batch of this. A little bit of this. I have some cream in the fridge. I'm not a cream guy. Really not a cream guy, but I will try some. A purchased one yesterday because sometimes it's easier also. It's probably a little bit bigger, maybe, because I need to scrape this thing. So if you notice, I'm not turning it, not playing with it, just put a lid on it. So once you pop your lid on that, it's all good. Where's my flour? So that's the flour there. So I want it puffed up a little bit more. Need to get a knife and fork and show you this thing, who is boss. Welcome, Jackie. Welcome to the channel. So this, I'm just, as I said, I just flick this once. You know, when you're making pancake, don't keep playing with it. Otherwise, if you notice, all of these which I make, I've only turned them once. That's it. Don't keep playing with them. And I need to do another video on this, but I did start with that one, but not a problem at all. So just a couple minutes on this, or probably about a minute, and then that's it. I need to turn my oven on. What time is it? Whoa. How much time I have? Let me finish this. I need to turn the oven on because I need to finish my ginger cake. So I need to get the ginger ready. Where are you? Okay. Ginger, bicarbonate. You know what time is it now? This finishing now. Look at this. See that? That's the Olympic strike again. So this one is going to be fast, quick and easy. I'm just need to melt up this a little bit. So I see how this get along. I need to melt that a little bit. Okay. So you have your pancake there. And I make something there. As I said, I'm not a big fan of cream, but I'm just showing you what you can do. So you have two of them there. This is what it look like. They're lovely, nice, they're not burn. And this you have the Thai red curry. So I'm just gonna try a bit. Very nice. Spicy though. So this is what you can do. This is a coolie I make for this. If you're at home, pepper catch me. Feel free. You don't like cream? Buy this. Hope it come out. Cream. I'm not a cream guy, but just showing what you can do. You drop that in there, everything melting. See that? It is tough. It is nice, very nice. But this thing, I like this thing. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely. Really enjoy this. You know, I thank God for my talent. You know what I'm making? Ginger cake. Now, this recipe is an Olympic recipe, believe me. Normally, you would put dry ingredients. So this one is developed by Linden. So this is a real Goldfinger recipe. Bit of salt for contrast. Nutmeg. Very important. Can imagine cake making in a pot. So I'm going to show him who is the boss today. So 2 eggs. Straight in. Vanilla. I like to measure things, you know. Bicarbonate. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Bicarbonate in milk. Yeah, I know, I understand. Okay, you said, Linden, why you put the bicarbonate in this recipe? Because when I make it like this, there's an experiment I do by myself. The texture become different. The texture is just nice, moist. So I'm dissolving the bicarbonate in this. So my oven, most of the time, my oven is always set at 150 to 160. Me personally, for cake, that's what I start my cake in. You know, I'm using a convection oven, so it's up to you guys what oven you're using. Watch this. Flour. Listen, did I get 260 in this? But the flour look a little bit, doesn't look like 260. I need 260. All right. Okay. Flour did look a little bit small, but I realized this one is a little bit thinner. The flour, you can go in with all of that. Take my time mixing in, yeah? See, I don't want him lump up on me. So to avoid that, a bit more liquid. Then all the liquid. Make sure none of the bicarbonate. Make sure nothing left back inside it. You see, when I'm doing this, I'm whipping air. If you could see properly from there where you are, there's bubbles in this. So the techniques I'm using, I'm whipping air in it. Next thing what I'm going to do, get my pan. Thank you very much, Stephen. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Already have my baking tray ready. This is how I work. Make sure set myself up. So baking tray or cake pan ready. So this mixture suit for this, and when it's baked, it's gonna come right up here without no problem at all. Just gonna rise. And as I said, I normally put my cake. I don't bake on high heat like some people just turn the oven up like mad. No, don't do that. So I'm scraping out everything. Next thing, I'm gonna knock the air out of it because I want him even. So I'm just gonna knock him a little bit down. So you see it's flat. Most of the time, I start this, if I don't have any other cake in, I'm gonna put this on the top oven, top shelf. I'm gonna set my alarm for about 15-20 minutes before I even open the oven and look what's going on. So I'm not gonna open the oven. I'm just gonna leave it and let him cook, let him bake. So what I always do, even though I take some of this out, I need to give you a close-up shot of what's going on. Lovely Thai meal. I've been to a hotel, 2 hotels, one in Europe, one in the Caribbean. And I have to call the manager, speak to the sous chef. They try to cook something like this. And believe me, it doesn't taste Thai, Japanese, Jamaican, I don't know what that is. You give an elephant that, you're in trouble. So now the gold finger come just to show them that, hey, this is the way it is done. And also, I will do another one with a Thai green curry. So I'm going to give you a close-up shot. And this is the rest that's here. Also, as you hear the name state, red curry. So if it's red, don't look for yellow. If it said yellow or red, look for a red curry. So that's the close-up shot of this one I've done earlier. And, most of the time serve with rice. And that's the rest in the pot. Now I make some, I'm good. I'm all right. Some pancake. Now you can make these, like this. You'll find these in the supermarket. You see that? Watch the texture of this. This is not rusty. It's nice, soft. You can cool these down, put them in the fridge, take them back out, warm them a little and heat them. Put Nutella, hazelnut, whatever you want to put over it. But this probably finish later. I think I'll probably eat 3 more later, but I think Louis like things like this, and David, although David is not here, but Donna later, she will come in, she'll probably eat 1 or 2. So, but it will go, but that's it for now. But ladies and gentlemen, for those who support me, I appreciate you and I appreciate all your positive comments And thank you for coming on to the channel. I'll see you later in another live. I have another video I need to do, but I'm not going to do it now because I need to pop it off. I need to clean up and then wait till the cake finish and then go to the supermarket or the haberdashery. But I appreciate your time. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe now. I appreciate it. Not forcing you, but you know, every little helps. So you see this? I'm going to do a whole different tutorial on this, on a thicker one, and the crepe. Look at this. It's a world record pancake. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching.